Hi Flosstubers. This is my first Flosstube video. I haven't done this before. I'm pretty good at just talking and talking to myself, so I figured I'd give it a shot. I'm very nervous. I'm doing this on my phone and I don't really make videos, so it looks like I'm kind of looking off to the top right there. So if it looks weird, I apologize. I will try and get better at this. I figured I would go ahead and start with some of the tags. Like one of the first tags is the Know Your Needle Worker tags, and I'm looking down because I have all the questions written down, but I figured I'd start there and then show some of my whips and go from there. If you're looking for someone whose channel is just going to be like perfect and well organized and so witty and fun, it's not me. I watch a ton of Flosstube. I'll follow anybody and subscribe to anybody's channel, and I love listening to everybody's stuff and seeing their progress and things that they're working on, and I enjoy it. So I figured I would get in a little more connected. I make comments to people's posts, but you guys just don't know me, so I'm a pretty big smart mouth. So a lot of my comments are that in general, but hopefully I don't offend anybody. But so I'll go ahead and start with Know Your Needle Worker. And again, I apologize if the questions aren't exactly correct because I kind of just wrote them down really quick. So where do you live? I live in West Central Illinois, which is totally weird for me because I grew up always in bigger towns, and I lived in Maryland, grew up there, and worked in Washington, D.C. So this is really rural, very country. My family is originally from Iowa, so I moved back to Iowa. Well, I moved to Iowa, not back to Iowa. And then I met my husband on a internet site, and he lived across the bridge, across the Mississippi River in Illinois. So that's how I ended up here. But I live just outside of Macomb, Illinois, which is where Western Illinois University is. We're about 4 hours from Chicago. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm living now. What do I do for a living? I am an office manager at Western Illinois University for the Department of Chemistry. Love my job because I love the people that I work with. The university is a great place to work. My boss is wonderful. She's great. She's very supportive, and I get to do what I want to do, and I get to sit on my butt, and I get to interact with students and faculty, and I enjoy it. So that's what I do. Now, not to say that I wouldn't want to win the lotto and stay home, because I would, and stitch all day. Number 3, do you have any children? Yes, well, they used to be children. They're men now. But I have 3. I have 3 boys, well, 3 men. My youngest is getting ready to be 21. And then I have a 22-year-old and a 24-year-old. So they live in Iowa, and running their own lives, doing their own thing, and that's kind of how I fall back on my hobbies, is because they kind of outgrew me and were gone all the time, and I was just sitting by myself. So I took to all the different hobbies that I had. Do you have any pets? Do I have any pets? Okay, so I married a avid pet lover. I mean, I love animals. I love pets, but we have a lot. We have a lot. We currently have 5 dogs, 2 Labradors, and a Husky, a Dachshund, and the only one I brought into the house, which is my Chihuahua, Izzy. And we are down to, and I say down to because it was a higher number, 10 cats now. All indoor cats. A lot. But since my husband does the housework and he cleans up, we'll just go with that. They are a little much to take all the time, but I love them. They all have different personalities. They're very personable, and they distress you. I think they do. What are your hobbies besides stitching? Oh my gosh, we will be here all day long if I have to tell you everything. I started out when I was younger doing stuff like crochet. My mom taught me how to crochet, so I've crocheted since I was a young preteen. And then I went from there. I do scrapbooking. I've never knitted. I do have a kit that teach yourself how to knit thing, but I have not really knitted. I've done all kinds of other types of yarn looming and things like that. Currently in my craft room, I have all the supplies and tools and mechanisms for stained glass, glass mosaics. I have stamp stuff, scrapbooking stuff, card making stuff, jewelry making stuff, quilting, clothes making. About a year and a half ago, my husband got me an embroidery machine. Love it. But a lot of those crafts are crafts, and I'm sure I'm leaving some off, that you have to sit in the craft room. Like if I'm going to work on glass, or if I'm going to work on the embroidery machine, or even sewing machine, I have to be in the craft room like all day, like locked in there doing my thing, and I like that sometimes. But I was looking for something that I could do in the bedroom or in the living room where my husband was when we were watching TV, and I was doing crocheting, and that was fine, but I've done it for so many years, it's just kind of getting monotonous. So I went back when I was younger, and I know this is probably the longest answer in the world for this tag, but I get to talking and that's it. But back when I was younger, like in my early 20s and started having babies, I did cross-stitched on baby blankets and towels and baby bibs, and I did all those. Now, that's what I remember cross-stitching being, and so I don't even know why, but I started looking on YouTube and somehow fell into Carolyn Mazzio's website, and it was her blue dragon that I had seen, and I was like, oh my gosh, that is like a portrait, a piece of art, not just what I remember cross-stitching being like little words and little square little pixel people. And I started watching tons of Flosstube and seeing what you guys were working on, the Hades, oh my goodness, and realized that it's not your grandma's cross stitch, and thought, you know what, I'll take that up again. And I even actually had some containers of floss that was left over from wherever, all bobbinated and ready to go. So I was like, oh my gosh, I'm like halfway there. So I went to Walmart and I got a kit, and Walmart, we don't have a craft store in Macomb, which is the closest town to me, because my town doesn't even have a stoplight, so I can't even, like, no, there's not. I've got to drive about 45 minutes to get to a Joann's, and then at least an hour and a half to 2 hours to get to like a Hobby Lobby or Michael's or something like that. We do have an L&S in Macomb, but they're a little bit high, and yeah, so I've gotten things there before just because I'm like a very impatient person and hate to wait, so I'll pay extra just to have it on my hands today. So I have, but I don't generally get things from there. I'll order from online, or I'll go pick up stuff when I go to Hobby Lobby or Michael's and stuff. But going back to the question, so I picked up the kit, and that's what I started doing, and then I realized how portable cross-stitching was, and I really wanted to get into some of the full coverage and the picture pieces, and I was saying I'm not a sample person, so I don't want to go there, a sampler person, sorry, but I have done some samplers, so let's just stop there. What is your favorite movie? Gosh, my husband and I watch movies and shows, and we'll do like marathons of like TV series and stuff, but I have to say my all-time favorite has got to be Pride and Prejudice. I love it. So I mean, I don't care who's in it. Scooby-Doo and Shaggy could do a Pride and Prejudice, and I would watch it, and I would keep it, and I would love it. It's just how I roll. Okay, what is your favorite TV show? I watch the stupidest stuff. Like, I guess because I have so much reality in my life, like, I want to see nonsense sometimes. My husband is a big, like, he likes to watch news and politics and history and ancient aliens, things like that. So I watch that with, you know, with him, and cars and stuff like that. So when I get a chance to watch TV on my own, yeah, it's going to be stupid stuff, like stupid reality shows where people act stupid, and I can look at them and go, man, your life is way more screwed up than my life. And that's my guilty pleasure that I don't know. I don't know why. I am a smart person, but for some reason, yeah. What is your favorite book? Okay, because I read all the time. I do the same thing with reading. I don't want to really read a biography, though I've read some in the past. I want to read stuff that is going to take me out of my stress, and I want to live in that fairy tale world, and where, you know, I'm not going to walk down the street and a werewolf's going to say hello to me. So I like to read that. It's called fluff. It's stupid, but I enjoy it. But then I enjoy things that have like a plot to it. I don't just want, I don't know, I want a story. And I do like series where you hear about people in one series and then you go to another, blah, blah, blah. Oh, okay. So, but there's not one favorite book. I did read a series recently. I think her name is Lisa Weimer. Ugh, I'm probably getting that wrong. But the first book is Cheyenne, and it's called Timeless series. Oh my gosh, that was such a good, you know, of course, you know, people can travel through time and stuff like that, live forever or something like that. But I've read all the books she has out, and I really enjoyed the series. Waiting for the next one to come out. What is your favorite music? Well, I am a closet singer. I like to sing to everything. I like all kinds of music. I probably don't really care for rap much, but there's probably some rap I know. But I probably most listen to country, and I don't just listen, I sing. I'm sorry. And I know that's annoying when people are around you and they do that, but that's me. What is one word that best describes you? Lazy. I am lazy. I don't like to do housework. Well, who does? But I mean, some of you guys are like clean freaks, and I know my mother is, and I think I'm going to blame her. That's the reason why. I grew up that way, and now I'm a rebel, and my husband is the house cleaner, and he's great, and, you know, it takes a while before things start to bother me. So I'm just lazy. I like to just sit and stitch, or watch TV. Yeah. Any getting up and going, that's my husband making me do that because he thinks I need to be healthy, which I do. But okay, so that is the Know Your Needleworker, and I'm sure you guys got more information about me than you really wanted to know. So my next tag that I was going to do was the Adele's For Realz Tho tag, and I am not going to say For Realz Tho in front of it because I don't have this wonderful accent that all you guys seem to have. Teresa Little Stitcher, love her, and even Pam Reed and Adele and Lindy Stitches. You guys all have great accents and all these little, and I watch a bunch of you guys, but I just enjoy all of them, but I don't have that. I just have my plain old accent. Kind of weird, but what level of stitcher do you consider yourself to be? I am a beginner. Though I stitched for years before, back in my 20s, I don't really consider that serious stitching. And so I've been less than a year doing this run of cross stitching. So I would say a beginner. I do try to watch all the tutorials that I can and learn the different techniques and terms and practice on my stitching, but yeah, I'm gonna say a beginner. How many whips and UFOs do you honestly have? I have no UFOs. I have some that I keep thinking are going to come UFOs because I don't stitch them that often and don't really want to. And then I have currently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 whips, which, hello, some of you guys are like in the teens. And don't even get me started on the stash queen, Katie. Thank you, Katie, for all your advice. So I'm finally making the video. I hope you're watching it. And I'd love to watch you too. Starting a year of starting one every day would drive me like bonkers, because I'm sitting here going, I have 9. Oh my gosh, I've got 9 whips and I'm never going to get it finished. But you know what? I heard somebody say, and I've heard a couple of you guys say, you're process stitchers, not product stitchers. And I think that's what I am. I enjoy the actual process of cross stitching. I enjoy the relaxation. I enjoy seeing new patterns that I want to stitch, and I just enjoy that. The interaction with people. I post a lot to Instagram. I enjoy that. So I enjoy that part of it. So are you enabled easily? Heck yeah! Oh my gosh, I want to do everything. If I see one of you guys stitching something, I want to stitch it. I want to stitch it. But luckily, I do not have a money tree in my backyard, so I can't buy everything I want to have. There's lots of stuff that I want to have and lots of stuff that I want to do. And I kick myself all the time for buying stuff because, like, oh, it's cross stitch, and I'll buy it. And then I'll look at it later and I'll go, yeah, I don't even like that, but it's cross stitch. It's cross stitch, especially if I can get it like at a discount or on sale. Oh my gosh, or clearance, or somebody's giving away something for free. Yeah, so I've got stuff that I probably won't ever stitch, and I probably don't think even anybody else would want it. So, but I do have some of those things, and it's because I just want everything and I want it right now. And yeah. Do you suffer from SADD, Stitcher Attention Deficit Disorder? No. If I'm in the mood to stitch, I'm in the zone, man. I'm like stitching. If I'm not in the mood to stitch, I don't stitch. I stitch mostly every day, at least in the evening. If I'm sick, or, you know, my husband's work schedule means we have to go to bed early or something, which I'm all about going to bed early, then I don't stitch. But I'm not one to just give up on it. Have you ever finished a full coverage project? No. I know it's possible because I've seen you guys do it, but I'm moving there. I want to bad. But I haven't finished a full coverage, no. Do you enjoy confetti? I do. I mean, I do and I don't. Okay. I don't enjoy threading the needle, and it's because I'm old and I have bad eyesight. But I use the parking method that Carolyn Mazzio had a tutorial for, and I use also waist knots that Pam Reed had a tutorial video from, that she got from the Veiled Stitcher, and it makes it easy for me. It doesn't make it hard. I just work one square at a time, and one grid at a time, and one symbol at a time, and park it or tie it off, and move on to the next one. And it's just the process, and I'm okay with it. I did just last night, Pam Reed has a laying tool tutorial. And originally I had seen her laying tool that her husband made her out of bone. So off the topic, I know, that's just me. And it had like little ridges in it. So I found a pen, and I took all the ink and stuff out of it. I'm like, oh my gosh, it has ridges in it. It'll work perfect. Well, I did not realize, and I didn't know till I saw her tutorial, that it's the tapered end piece that is the important part. The ridges are not. So that's probably why mine didn't work. And it was yucky. So she had mentioned a chopstick. Well, I am half Korean, so I happen to have chopsticks in the house. So, and I have a bunch of them, and my husband doesn't use them, and so I only have one hand that uses chopsticks. So I took one and cut it with my glass cutting tool, and made it like a little small piece, and which is here. But I found that I guess because my tip on mine is rounded, it wasn't sharp. It wasn't working that easily. So I found my seam ripper that came with my brother's sewing machine, and it had like a little cap to it. And it's really small. See, other seam rippers I've seen are bigger, but this one's really small, so it fits in my hand. And oh yeah, I know if you pull on it really tight, it's going to cut thread, but I mean, really, when you're doing the laying, it's the thread is just gently going over it, and it just gets me to be able to, I don't know, have more control. And it has a very, very sharp point. Love it. Oh my gosh, because I was railroading before, and it was okay, but I found that even railroading, sometimes it was hard to get the threads to stay next to each other. This, so easy, and it really does smooth it. Once you get used to doing it two-handed, you really do get, it's easy. It's not hard, and I enjoyed it. So I don't even know what question I was on. Oh, that was a question about confetti, and it went totally off in left field. How many finishes do you have this year? How does it compare to your number of whips? Okay, so I have two finishes this year, which if you follow me on Instagram, I did the black work hummingbird for my mom, and I finished that. And I would say I'll insert a picture here, but I don't know how to do that yet. So yeah, no, you'll have to look on my Instagram, which is Jude121069, and see a picture of there. So I learned how to do the picture thing. And then I finished, and again, another picture on Instagram, a little one that said whine about it, whine a bit, you'll feel better, and it had a little wine charm on it. And I wish I had a picture, but it's on my phone. But I'm using my phone I'm using my phone. Oh, I think I do have something. Hang on a second. Okay, not sure if this is gonna work or not, because I don't know how to do this. And when I went to go get my picture, I stopped it and thought I was just going to be able to pick up back where I left off, and I realized that it's a whole nother video. So hopefully I can put the two together and we can figure that out. But this is the one that I had finished, and oh, there's the glare off of it. And it was a little kit, and it says whine a bit, you'll feel better, and then there's a little gold wine bottle charm. I did this for my boss for her birthday, and I framed it in just a little cheapy black frame that I had gotten at Walmart. And yeah, I couldn't put the glass in it though, because the wine bottle stuck out. So, but that's the other finish that I have. And so let me get my questions. See. Oh, and how does it compare to the number of whips? And does are you bothered by the answer? Of course I have more whips than I have finishes, of course. But I'm okay with it. Like, again, I enjoy doing it, and I'm not trying to win a contest. I'm not trying to, I don't know. The finishes aren't as big a deal. I finished the one for my mom, and I finished the one for my boss because they were gifts. So I made sure that I was able to get them finished, and they were small enough projects that I could get finished. Any dirty, stitchy secrets? Yes. I am a thread licker. I am a mother thread licker. I use the thread heaven, and I just can't seem to get those ends to go through those little tiny needles. And funny story. Let me show you when I told you I went and got that kit, and just got stuff at Walmart. I had some floss, but of course the kit came with floss. And I picked up some needles, like embroidery needles. And this is the needle that I picked up. And it is a sharp needle. And it was on 18 count Ada is in the kit. And I was going along with this, thinking I'm good, because nobody ever talks about their needle size really on Flosstube. Well, this is the size of the needle that I use currently. And so hopefully you can see that. If I put it in front of my face. Okay, so yeah, there's a little bit of a difference. Now, because I started that kit with this big, huge freaking needle, I have to finish it with that because it didn't look right with the smaller needle. So every time I go into this one, I'm like reminded of how wrong I am using this big, huge needle. And yeah, I don't really like it, which makes me not want to work on the project, which then, I'll put that needle back up there, means that it never gets done, which has made me want to make it a UFO, but I will not do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I don't have enough to make a UFO. So, because I can't use the big, huge needles, and well, I mean, I can, but I won't be able to use the nice fabrics that I have. But so I use the smaller needles, which means a smaller eye, which means I have to be able to thread in that little tiny hole. And I have needle threaders, but I'm just not coordinated, I guess. I guess not. But so I lick the end of the thread, and I figure, guess what? These are going to be heirlooms for my grandchildren, and they'll have some DNA from me, and they could maybe in that day clone me and bring me back, and yeah, we'll just go with that. And then dare to show your messiest back. Okay, so we're going back to the very first project, which is this. Little cat nap. I haven't done any of the back stitching yet, but I'm almost done. And it looks like my cat, Sadie, who was the only cat that I considered mine, which she's very needy now, so I don't know. But I love her. And so this is the first one, and here is the back. And I don't know if you can see, but there are travel threads everywhere, and it feels very thick, and I can actually, when I'm holding it up, I can see light through all the holes because of the big needle. So that is my messiest back, and that is the last question of the tag. So what I'll do now is just go through some of my whips, and then go from there. So that was the first whip. I just showed you that. I keep that usually in a hoop, which is the only hoop I use, and I actually had it in a really small Q-snap. Just moved it to the hoop because I keep breaking the snaps, the clips. So I need to get some more because I don't know. I just like tight, and and it was little. It was small. So broken. See. Yeah, I'm not good. I'm just heavy-handed, I guess. But I keep it all in this bag, and I travel around with it. And hang on, I think my husband's back. Okay, my husband's outside mowing the grass, and he must have let a couple of the big dogs in, and I don't know if he's still mowing, but I don't want him to hear me doing this video because it's kind of weird sitting here talking to myself. So I may end up having to splice together quite a few videos. Okay, so my whips that I have, I keep a big, huge Rubbermaid next to my stitchy spot in the living room, and I keep the frames and stuff in here, but then I will keep all my different whips projects in these little plastic zippy bag things. And I think I got these at Walmart, like 70 cents or something goofball-y like that, but I can keep everything in there. And yeah, originally I had started out bobbinating and putting them in the plastic containers, and it's just so time consuming, and I want to stitch. I don't want to spend time bobbinating. So I had seen a Flosstube video for Trisha, the left-hand stitcher. Hi, Trisha. And she had a system where she put them in little bags, and I printed the cards, and I made some big boxes, but then I got some shoebox type things, and I'm going to move them all over. And then for projects, I would just take the floss and put them in envelopes with a little symbol written on it, and and I like it. It works good. Okay, so here's one of the first whips I have. I started to try to do some sals, I'm not good at them. I'm gung-ho at the beginning. I'm ready to go. I'm like, on to the, I like it. But then what ends up happening is I don't stitch, I guess, as fast as everybody, and then I don't know. I don't know. But I've never done a Paula Vaughn, and one of the ladies at work does a Paula Vaughn's, a whole bunch of things, but she enters into like fairs and things like that, and that's not my thing. But let me move this down here. I feel like, there. Wanted to join the Paula Vaughn Sal. So I got this off eBay. I don't remember. It's been a long time. And it's Reflections of the Past, and it's a Paula Vaughn one. And I got it because it was Paula Vaughn and it was inexpensive, but it wasn't like my heart was like, oh, I have to stitch this. So, and I think that might be the problem. But I started it, and you know, you guys remember all your thread and your fabric counts and stuff, and I don't know that I can remember everything, but I do think this is on 18 count, and I know it's Fiddler Ada. If you can see that. So I have like the little hope chest and the little boots. I love the boots. The boots are so cute. Okay. And some of the flowers on the wall. I hate the Fiddler Ada. I keep saying Adel. I don't like it because it's got these little tiny brown little like straw-like threads that they just stick out everywhere, and I just don't like it. But, well, that's what I got. And this is a needle minder that I just took a pin, I think it was, from Walmart, like a clearance pin, and just put some magnets on the back and went with that. Okay, so my husband came in, so I warned him. And I have all the little envelopes in here. I had them in shoebox, but the box was just very cumbersome, and I just wanted to have everything a little more compact by the stitchy chair. And so, yeah, I took them out and put them in the envelopes just in the pouch. That was my husband. And went with that. And so then my next one is, oh, Pam Reed, here it is. Okay, so the Plum Street samplers, which I said I didn't like samplers, had a free pattern for 12 Days of Christmas. And I am currently on the 8 Maids of Milking Witch. I think Pam's getting ahead of me now. And I started it right before Christmas. Loved it. It was such an easy stitch. It was enjoyable. I was in the spirit. It was good to go. Then Christmas went away, and I found something else, and I think I started the hummingbird one and got sidetracked with that, and then I started another one, and then I got sidetracked with that, and it's just kind of been sitting there. And it's like Christmas, but like I gotta get it done. But this is a 28 count even weave, is I believe. I'm really bad, but it's really big. And the needle minder, again, I think this might have been a keychain, that a little lizard, and I glued some magnets on the back. I actually don't even have the threads in the bag. But that's how long ago it's been since I've worked it. I think it's in a drawer somewhere over there. Then another project I have, another whip, is the Black Work Journey by Liz Allman, the Save the Stitches. And this is on 25 count Lugana. And here it is. That was the back. Here's what I have done so far. I believe I have blocks 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I'm on 6. Or 6 or 7, I don't know. But I haven't done this in a while either. I'm doing it in the black. I have metallic silver and metallic purple on it, and some purple DMC floss on there, and I enjoy it. I do enjoy it. I don't know why I haven't picked it back up. I think it's just I've been working on some other stuff and haven't gotten back to picking it up. I don't know, but I like it, and I have all my like stuff and my beads and everything in there, and it's good to go. Well, so that's that whip. Then the next one is actually in 2 bags because she's got a lot of stuff, and there's the envelopes for it, and I do have a picture. I have a picture first. Oh, I think I zipped it or unzipped it the wrong way. Okay, so this thing doesn't want to open up for me. There it is. I mean, it's shut, and it does not want to open back up. Okay, what's going on here? I'm gonna have to pry it open. When I sealed this, I sealed it good, I guess. Okay, there we go. All right, so this one is the, where's the picture? Okay, so evidently when people call you on your phone and you're recording, it shuts you off. So got another one to probably, this is the Lavender and Lace Celtic Spring, one of the Celtic ladies. I love them. I have all 4 of them, which I bought at the LNS, and we'll eventually stitch them all. I'm doing a stitch along with an Instagram friend at Stitchy Mom, Kristen, and I don't know if I think she posted it, and I said, hey, I have that too, and she's like, let's stitch together, and we also did the hummingbird one together, and she keeps me motivated. Gosh darn it, that was a voicemail from my mother there. So she keeps me motivated and gets me to keep going on this one. So here's what I have so far, and I was stressing out a little bit on this one because it's on 28 count even weave, and this is the first one that I've done 2 over 2. The last time I worked on 28 count even weave, I did 1 over 1 threads, and of course I left that in my craft room, but that was the Mother's Devotion with the giraffes. I'll show that on another one. But so that's how much I have for her right now. It's just the bottom of her dress. And I was like seeing some of the fabric through the stitches, and I don't know. I'm thinking I'm very heavy-handed, and so I think I tighten too much, because I'm noticing with the laying tool, I'm doing a lot better and keeping the stitches looser and they look puffier. So I'm curious to see how it goes on this. But here's a needle minder. I have a little purple dragon that I got. I won it off of Nifty Needle Nannies. Thank you, Julie. And I enjoy it. So that's that. Oh, another thing with the this one, I have 2 projects that I have these for right now, and maybe I'll do a tutorial. I don't know. It's not really that hard, but people have those Payco thread organizers, and they're like 25 bucks for one, and you put the threads on for your project. You may need 1 or 2 for, especially for a Haid, and I mean, that's 50 bucks just for the thread order, and then your threads are on it. You can't use it again for another whip. You have to have a separate one. So I wanted to try it because with my Haid, they're all bobbinated, and so I hate unwinding and then winding the thread back, the rest of it back on, and taking one. I don't like that. I do enjoy the envelopes because then I could just pull out one and put the rest of them back in there, but I don't want to have to dig through all the envelopes either. I want to be able to just pull the things. So I'm a big do-it-yourself, cheap person and make it my own self. So I went and made, and they're in a knot right now just because they're in the bag, so they stay. But here, I'll untie it and show you. But you can comb your fingers through it, and they just straighten out. But I made this, which is my thread organizer, and it is made from, the blue is a roll of camp roll from Walmart. It was like $6.98, and it's a huge roll, and I'll be able to make like 50 or more of these for how I want them. And then the white piece is just the cheapy big sheets of foam board, because I had that anyway for framing stuff, and it's inexpensive. And yeah, you could, I'm sure you can, people are a lot neater than me. You can tell my lines aren't straight and whatever. I'm just like, hurry up quick, make it, and start stitching. So I didn't make it so that I could just keep reusing it. Of course I can still reuse the pins. I can even probably pull off this and just, but I actually wrote on, I don't know if you can see, but I wrote on the symbol and the number on, and then the blue is snipped, so you have a thread on there. Well, I was way out of the, I'm not good at this. So, and then, so when I need to get one thread, I just pull one thread. I kind of just hold it up here, pull the thread out, and get the one thread out. And then the rest of them stay on here. And then when this is like one, I do a pull and a half. And so that is that on there. And then when that one is empty, I just go into, and so I have less time having to get stuff from the bobbins or the envelopes, and I'm able to just boom, boom, stitch, stitch, go to go. And then when I put them back in the bags, I just kind of tie a little knot in it just to get it together. Is it pretty? No, but it's very useful. I enjoy it. I like it. I'll be able to do them for more projects, and I spent probably about 70 cents per package, so maybe $2-3 on the push pins, 88 cents on the foam board, and $6.98 on the camp roll, and I'll be able to make a whole bunch of them. So that's that. And so I stick that in there too, and zip it up. And so that's that one, and that's that one. Oops, I didn't put the fabric back in there. I've been looking for that later. Alright, so I'll just set that there for now. Then another one project that I have, and see, oh, here you go. This is a smaller project, and I just made a smaller one. I just did. This one only had a few colors, so, but I don't know, I just didn't want to have to, I like doing it off of that. So this one is this is a Lizzie Kate, which I never thought I would do a Lizzie Kate. Here's a printed picture of it. It's a good marriage. It's a printed picture. And it says, a good marriage must be created. The little things are the big things. You're never too old to hold hands. Remember to say I love you every day. Don't go to bed angry. Say words of appreciation and gratitude. Forgive and forget. Give each other a safe place to grow. Marriage is not only marrying the right person, it is being the right partner. So I really like that. I saw Pam Reed was doing this, and I was like, oh, okay, of course I've got to do that. I like that. So this is a 28 count even weave. I mean, I don't really know the color, but it's like a brownish color. And I picked my own colors. I used DMC. I didn't go with the specialty threads that she had listed, and I didn't go with their conversion. It said light purple. I just found colors that I liked, and that's where I'm at on that one. So that is that one. And so there goes proof that I am easily enabled. Then here is another one. Oh, this is actually my last one. Oh, no, not second to last. Okay. This one, that's one of our cats, is from a magazine. It's the Just Cross Stitching magazine, April 2016, that magazine. And it's the clatter ring. And I liked it because my husband has Irish ancestry, and I got a Clatta engraved wedding band for him, and I don't know, I just always liked it, and I wanted to do like a wedding sampler. And so this is 18 count Aida, white Aida. No. Yeah, it is. And what I wanted to do, I picked also my own colors for this one too. Some of the colors were the same, but I changed some of them out because I don't know, I just did. And the crown, the yellowy color, I'm gonna do actual metallic gold threads. But what I had thought I would do is, I'm gonna cover up my face, but I want to put Mark and then Judy and then have our wedding date on there. That's the idea anyway. So that's that one. And the threads are in here. And so my last whip is my Hade. I have a couple Hades that I own, but I've only started one so far. And basically it's just because the threads are expensive to get all, like this one has 90 colors, so it has 2 of these. Woohoo! And I'm actually stitching this one now, so I've got it in my stitchy spot here. But this one is also all on bobbinated, so, and it's on one of my frames. So this is what I have so far, and it looks a little obscene, I think, but it's actually Peekaboo Mills, and it's a orange cat kind of flipped over, and we have a cat named Tigger. Pictures on Instagram. And he lays like that. And actually there's even a picture on Instagram where I put the picture for this and then my actual cat, and it's so funny. But I don't have a picture of it because it's on my iPad, which is holding my iPhone while I record. So, and I didn't think to print it because this is kind of okay, I'm just gonna do it, and I just decided to do it. But oh, and this little needle minder that I got right there, little orange kitty cat, I got that from Artie Moments on Instagram. I don't know that she's on YouTube, but she's on Instagram, and yeah, he's really cute. I like him. And I think that's pretty much it, and I appreciate you guys hanging in with me in my first video. And depending on how badly I'm bashed on here, I might do another one. It wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be just to sit and talk, but I tend to talk with my hands. Things are off camera. I got like my double chin, my red cheeks. And my red cheeks are just always red. So yeah, that's it. And hope you guys have happy stitching, and thanks for listening, and I will see you guys all later when I'm watching you and eating lunch. Bye.